Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, make sure that you lot are smashing up the likes. Make sure that you lot are subscribing to the channel. Road to 10K, people, man. You know what I mean? It's coming soon. You know, right now I'm seeing we're nearly on 9.4. You know what I'm saying, people? So make sure that the first thing you lot are doing is subbing to the channel, man. But listen, we've got a party today. You know what I'm saying? Because like the title says, Liverpool got moved to, yeah, by a deflated Chelsea team, bruv. You know what I'm saying, Couch? Yeah? These man got moved to. And you know what? I predicted 2-1 before the game. I had a feeling in this game. I was telling Roms and that, Goody, big yourself up. You know, me and Goody did a little preview of the ops and that on Friday. Remember, Goody, I told you 2-1 Chels, yeah? And I even put Esteval on the thumbnail because I had a feeling. I just had a feeling that my boys were going to, you know, leave that ground with all 3 points, right? And it's amazing right now, people, because we're sitting here right now, you know what I mean, with the international break. We've got 2 weeks now to just kind of, you know, relax. You know, João Pedro's not going to Brazil. Reece isn't going to England. You know what I mean? Like a couple man are withdrawing from these international games, Santos and that. We start to bring more of these guys back, bring a little bit more confidence in the team. We can start to climb again, people. You know what I mean? One game at a time, right? But how you not feeling, first of all, Couch? Let me come to you first of all, man. How you feeling? You know, the place is looking more, you know, every week it's looking more and more constructed, man.
Yeah. I just threw that up there because I don't know something up there at this point in time. But, you know, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling carefree, man. Honestly, you know, there's only one match that I circle on the calendar every year. It's Chelsea-Liverpool. So
what's your history of Liverpool, bro? Like what's your history? Because obviously you know
it's my family. It's my family history, man. Like my uncle, like my big football playing uncle. He's Liverpool. And you know, so my whole family is about football, just so you know. Like I'm probably the least in terms of like skill on football. And he, you know, being Jamaican, obviously, you know, John Barnes and Ting. So yeah, that team
he went bankrupt, you know. He's got bankrupt.
So be it. So be it, you know. But yeah, you know, that, and then, you know, 2005. We all know about that and how they just feel they're so entitled, even though they haven't really done anything in the Premier League until like very recently. So yeah, all of that and then some, man. But yeah, I'm feeling good right now because, like I said, this is the only game I circle on the calendar. I need to win this every time, man. You know, the man them came through for me. I'm very, very excited about what I saw on the pitch. I think you're spot on with regards to how we're pressing effectively for the first time all season since the PSG game, really.
Yeah.
And I think that we got 8, 9 out of 10 performances from virtually everybody that came onto the game. So happy times, man. We go into the international break on a big, big win against the vaunted Liverpool attack with four fullbacks in the center back position. You know, so it's a good time, man. Lots to talk about.
100%, bro. How about you, Andrew, man? I see you got your shades on right now. You know, I ain't got mine right now, unfortunately. But what you saying, man? You feeling carefree as well?
Well, the stars came out on Saturday night, man. You know what I mean? So I'm just reflective of that, man. It was a starry-eyed performance. It was, you know, it was up to the moon and back. That's what it was. That was a performance where everything on and off the pitch clicked. And you know how I am very critical of that Stamford Bridge crowd, Dom, but that was the first time where that crowd, probably from the Caicedooooo goal onwards, were really lifted, probably helped lift the players as well, man. Do you know what I mean? It was like everything clicked, man. Even with the injuries and Maresca's tactics and his substitutions clicked. And I know all of us here, when we saw Gusto starting in midfield, we all went, but I know why he started in midfield. He's pressing, bro. His pressing is why he started in midfield. He hustled them. His passing's not good enough, but he hustled them, and you know what I mean. It was just a brilliant. And I'm with Couch, man. I know there's a younger generation under me and Couch will always say Arsenal are the main odds. But for me, man, it's nothing more in my blood than to humble these guys who say they're the biggest club in England but love to be the underdogs. You know what I mean? They love to do the underdog thing.
Facts.
They love to be the big bulging. You know what they are? They're the big guy with a muscle gym that takes steroids and the little squeaky voice. That's what they are, these Liverpool fans. You know what I mean? That's what they are. Do you know what I mean? And they hand it now. They're all in the sum. Oh, we spent all this money. We spent all this money, and then 500 million pounds later. Oh no, I don't know what we're doing. But it was great. And a last minute winner to shove it down their throat as well. Beautiful.
All right.
Everything.
Let me tell you something. Yeah?
I just say
Go
on a side note. I know Maresca didn't get a straight red. It was a second yellow. But to not even allow him to come out and do the interviews afterwards is
That's weird.
They didn't allow us to do the interviews.
No conference. No television interviews. Not allowed to do it whatsoever. We'll be carrying because he got sent off. That's why.
That's mad.
Wow.
That's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. That's my only disgrace of the entirety of Saturday is that. That's his biggest win in the Premier League for me by far. His biggest win, and it was a very important win. And I just say this on another side note. I know we're all here, and some of us even criticise him a lot more when he deserves it. But those same people, whenever I hear like Enzo's had a bad game, I hear those people a lot. But when he had a good game on Saturday, I hear nothing but crickets done from those same people. Do you know what I mean? It's just fascinating. I don't know why I bring that up. It's just fascinating.
Oh, it's true, man. It's true. It's true because people when they have their agendas and that, they just can't be. They can't be balanced. You know what I'm saying? They can't just say, you know what, today I thought you had a good game. It feels like a lot of these guys aren't even Chelsea fans, bro.
And before he got sent off, Badiashile, flawless.
Flawless, bro. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about him in a second as well. Yeah, but listen, let me say something about those Liverpool fans first of all, Andrew, as well. They were quiet most of the game, like, yeah, they were quiet. The way that them fans were in the game is exactly how Liverpool are right now. Tatters, yeah. Feeling sensitive, feeling sorry for themselves, right? The only time I heard them was when fucking Gakpo scored. Most of the game, I even forgot that they were there. You know what I'm saying?
That's a rare occurrence at Stamford Bridge because you usually hear the away fans quite more often than the home fans. And
yeah, you do. That's true. That's true, bro. That's true. Yeah, but
I heard them. I'm not gonna lie. I heard them. I'm just glad we silenced them. I heard them. They
were quiet most of the game, Couch. I'm telling you, bro. Okay. Second half, Liverpool, they kind of got on top of us a little bit, and you heard them a bit more because they were, pressuring us. But I'm telling you, most of the game, we was even singing. We forgot that you were here. We forgot that you were here. But just standing there, not really singing much. But Goonie, man, what are you saying, bro? Friday, we spoke a lot, bro, and we got the job done. How have you been feeling since Saturday, man?
Yeah, man. Hey, first and foremost, big up everybody in the chat. Yeah, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Thumbs up, especially for that victory, man. Especially for that victory. I mean, look, it was a great victory. The manner of which we won it. Esteval, I said 2-2, but I did say Esteval was going to get on the score sheet. So for me, that's what made it a little extra special for me, is the fact that it was him that got the goal. That's it. That's what it was for me, because you just saw how much it meant. You saw how much it meant to him, to everyone in the crowd, and it was like every single one of those staff members, yeah, they all went to congratulate him. So you already know like what that meant for the club. But look, just my thing is this. I need the same energy against your Nottingham Forest, against your Fulhams, and so on and so forth. This win is great. The feeling's amazing. But I'm more looking at this as we just beat the champions at home with 11 men on the pitch on both sides. This is an opportunity for us to look during this international break. Hopefully we come back with a couple more players available and say, we have an opportunity to go on a run on 5, 6, 7, 8 games. And and not losing any of those games. Now we're gonna sort of get back to the where we need to be. That's where I'm looking now, because I know we can do it. The thing is, Don, is like I know we can do it. If we remove the naivety and the foolish mistakes that we cause upon ourselves, there's no reason why we shouldn't be closer to the top than what we are now. Yeah. So that's my only thing. But if we're isolating it on this game, honestly, it felt like one of the best games I've seen this season. I mean, for me personally, it had everything. It had absolutely everything. Caicedooooo, oh my gosh!
I'm surprised this is the first time we're mentioning this. This is crazy.
We're gonna get into this.
I didn't mention it. We're marinated. Hold on. In depth.
No, I just jumped the gun. I got too excited.
Don't worry, bro. We're gonna get there.
I was supposed to slow it down. My bad, Don, bro. I'm just getting excited thinking about the game again.
Broski, listen, there's so much to talk about, Goonie. That's the beauty of it. There's Caicedooooo, there's Enzo, there's Reese, there's Badiashile, there's Josh, there's Cuckoo, right? There's Gittins off the bench, there's Esteban.
Can I say something about Enzo though? Yeah, because you know me, I've not been overly impressed with Enzo at all. But I do like to be fair, and I will say that was definitely one of Enzo's better games.
Let me
and
just
not
preface this, Goonie. I was never calling out you. It's
No,
just
I know you weren't.
regulars.
No, I know you
It's
weren't.
just
I'm
regulars.
just.
You know the regulars. You know the regulars because we.
I know,
even
but
if
you
we
know,
go for-
you know me, Andrew. I
Yeah,
hold
exactly.
myself
You're very
accountable
fair.
for everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one thing about Goonie. That's one thing about Goonie. Goonie will crash it, but he's very quick to say, "Do you know what? I hold my hands up. I might have been wrong." He even did it for Jackson, and in the end, he came back. But that's what Goonie does. I respect that. I respect that though, Goonie, because you're not one of these guys that consistently moves the goalposts. Like when you're proven wrong, you just say it. You don't just keep moving the goalposts.
Yeah, I'll say it straight. But in terms
You know
of like, it wasn't just his performance. I felt like his leadership kind of shone through a bit more as well in that Liverpool game, and that's what I like to see. Definitely
out of position as well. Out of position, by the way. You know, don't forget that.
Off the ball, not just him, just generally off the ball. That was our best game since probably.
Oh no, it was, and that's why for me, Go, Andrew. Go, sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's very rare off the ball. I mean, I've never seen that since the PSG game. I've never seen us relentlessly press like that.
Yeah,
that I go back to Gusto, and I know we were all when we saw the lineup when we saw the start, and we went. I don't know if you were there, Don. I'm sure you went. Ah, shit.
When I saw the lineup, I was on a bike. I was on a bike because I saw it.
After watching it again, because you appreciate it more sometimes afterwards because you know watch it. I know as good as Reece James I don't think he can press as much or as fast as Gusto can.
No.
But that's the Gusto I want. When you give him simple instructions, do you understand what I'm saying? Simple instructions to Gusto, just press the shit out of them. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry about crossing it. Don't worry about shooting. I know
just be a ball winner. Yeah, be a ball winner.
I know he did some of that thing, but if you just say 75%, just do that, and then we'll be fine. But yeah, off the ball.
No, 100%, bro. And let's take it back a little bit because obviously, you know, Fulham Broadway was shot, so I had to drive up there, right? And then
on a Saturday game time, good.
On a Saturday, bro. You know, if it took me long to find parking, I'm like 10 minutes now. It's 5:20. Yeah, the game kicks off in 10 minutes. Luckily, I found a line bike. Rolled to the stadium like 3 minutes away, right? Checking the lineup, I'm seeing Gusto and Reece, which for me meant Reece is playing in the middle, innit? I even
that's
tweeted
what
about
Sky
it.
thought. Sky put Reece in the middle in the lineup. So
yeah, exactly, because that's all we've seen. So when I put the game on, as I'm like walking into the stadium, I'm seeing Gusto in the middle, and I'm like, obviously I know why he's there, innit? It's to be a nuisance, but I'm like, this guy inverting hasn't been the greatest, yeah. And even on the ball the other day, bro, a couple of times he could have played João Pedro in behind, he didn't do it. You know, he's taking the safer option to a Neto, but off the ball is where he was the absolute nuisance for guys like McAllister, you know, guys like Szoboszlai. He was not letting those guys breathe, right? A key part in this game was that we had to win that midfield battle as well as make sure that we're cooking their fullbacks, yeah? And for me, both of those tasks, we managed to do them quite well, right? Because we got the goal from a wide area, yeah? And we got the first goal from a central area. Just look at the build-up. You know what I mean? Look at the build-up for the goal. Caicedo, Gusto was involved. Gusto assist. Absolute banger, by the way, people, yeah? All this guy does is just score bangers, bro. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous, you know? And us, look, we've been going back and forth this weekend about Kante and Caicedo, and everyone's got their thoughts on that. I'm not going to go into it too much today because I don't want to take up too much time with that. I think that's a separate debate, right? But for me, what I'm watching right now, the closest person I've seen to this in terms of winning the ball back is Kante, bro, legit. I'm seeing so many people now saying that was a Kante-like performance, right? But look at the banger, bro. Look at the strike on that, bro. That's ridiculous.
I think, Don, for me, I'll cheat. It's a hybrid. He's Kante / Essien.
That's probably the best. That's probably the best look.
It's not. I can't do Makelele because Makelele was in a zone. He stayed at the zone, and he was a master of the 5-yard pass, 360. That's what he was. But Essien and Kante is a hybrid. I'll give to Caicedo.
Andrew, I've been even saying for the longest, like Caicedo for me, he's an 8. If you've got Lavia, listen to me. If you've got Lavia and him in that midfield, it's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
You're right.
Yep, exactly, bro. And for me, what I love about Caicedo, in fact, right, is it's just the leadership that he brings on the pitch, bro. Because you know, most of the time you're getting 7 out of 10 from this guy, right? When other people are looking at him on the pitch, you know, when I'm playing next to Caicedo, my game has got to be up because he's showing me the way, right? That's why when we played against Bayern Munich and you saw him being a bit jittery and giving away the penalty the way that he did, that's why you got to look at the mental aspect of the game. I feel like that was a little bit of nerves. You know what I'm saying, Couch? It was nerves. Right?
Yeah, I don't even know. That's not really something that I study too heavy. That's a bang bang play. Something happens there. But beyond that, like I think when you're talking about Caicedo, I think he just makes the game easier for those around him. Like that's what he does. He liberates everybody else. You know, it's not so much that he's, and that's where his leadership comes in. It's not so much that he's, you know, I'm playing an 8 out of 10, so you have to up your level. It's because he makes the game easier for those guys to play the game. He liberates them in the midfield, which is to me his greatest attribute outside of, you know, the ball winning and all that stuff. He just makes the game easy for everyone else. You go play your game, I'll clean up everything else for you.
That's what leaders do, Couch. That's what leaders do.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
It's more of a lead demonstrates that. You know what demonstrates that, and it won't be brought up. But his pass in the second half, just in front of the box, just to get it out,
to break Lavia, the one that he broke with Lavia.
Simple. It wasn't like long passes. Just that simple pass that I didn't even think. I don't know how he saw. I can't remember who it was. It maybe it was Lavia or someone else to the left.
It was Gittins.
And he just saw him, and and it was like,
come on.
All right, I cannot. They have to make. I have to make up more words. This guy was flammendasterous on Saturday. Do you know what I mean? I can't think of anything else. New words to say. You know, that's what I mean. I can't think of any new. I have to think of new words to think of this guy because there's nothing else to describe him. When I don't rave about him, it's because when he does in other games, it's because that's the typical Caicedo performance. That's why I don't go overboard because it's like, well, what else did you expect?
He's in Reece territory. You're spot on when you say that. There's certain players in our team who there's no more to say about them because it's like Reece. You know what Reece does every game. You know what Caicedo does every game. It's like, but we still have to appreciate it because if Caicedo was fucking up and making mistakes, we'll be talking about it all the time. So when he's actually playing like this, we still have to talk about it. We still have to talk about it, bro.
Yeah, I just think it was just another typical performance. It wasn't really anything that I think was standout. The goal was exceptional, but this is the standard that we hold him to, right? Like I don't need to keep on shouting superlatives about Caicedo. I know what he's about. I've seen it, you know, more often than not. We see that 7, 8 out of 10 anyway. So this is just the standard. This is the thing that's impressed me most about what I've seen from him this season is that he's adding more to his game. Like we always knew that he can strike the ball, but he wasn't really putting them in the back of the net. And now we're seeing the goals. So with everything else that he does, the ball winning, you know, obviously the spraying of the passes, the reading of the game, he's now banging in goals. Like he's got 3 and 7 now. Don't forget 3 and 7. It's crazy. It's crazy. So if he continues on this trajectory here, like I'm telling you, I kid you not, like sky's the limit. But there's some things I want to talk about, not so much about Chelsea, but like, like this vaunted Liverpool attack, man, like the Isak, the Ekitike, the Florian Wirtz, Salah, player to see. Word? That's
Couch. I was looking at Couch. I was looking. You know, Achimpong Badiashile came off injured. The actual reason is because they had the Liverpool attack in their pockets and they couldn't carry around anymore, so that's why they had to come off early. They were too tired, so they had to come out early. That's a precaution for that. That's what happened, bro. I'm telling you right now.
I really think the way they press that 4-2-4 press, just played right into our hands. It just played right into our hands, and it's mainly because that in that front four, they don't have anyone that like. There's 2 guys that are just passengers in there. One being Mo Salah, who I didn't think he was awful all game. All game he was terrible.
Cuckoo could have played again. Cuckoo could have played again.
Oh, easily. It was light work. But
Cuckoo didn't even have to pocket him. Wasn't even like a good defensive.
Badiashile had him, man.
He didn't have to pocket him. He didn't have to pocket him. He just allowed him, and he just scooped the ball. He just scooped the ball over. That's all he did on Saturday.
Yeah,
that one Trivella pass. That was it.
That was nice. That was nice. Yeah. But I remember I was saying in my post match in my video there that the reason why we're finding it so easy to play through them was because Salah just didn't want to do any work defensively. Their place basically, we said it was 11v11. It was 10v11 because Salah had no influence in the game. We were 2v1 on the flank every time. Every time Cucurella is being played into space. every time. If Gravenberch has to go and cover for him, he's leaving Enzooo wide open in the middle. Like it was, we had them on 6s and 7s all game long, and then further to that, poor Bradley had to deal 1v1 with Garnacho. Like, and once he got that yellow, like it was, you know,
retire, man. He should retire. He should retire.
You know, he had to sub him, right? There's absolutely no way they're going to go back into the second half. The only thing I wanted to see happen with that is like I wanted us to get somebody else on the left flank other than Garnacho, just because if Bradley stayed on the pitch, there's no way they're going to give him second yellow with Garnacho playing the way he was, like diving and stuff like that. Like they weren't going to give him that. So I wanted to see somebody come on the left flank just to be, you know, a little bit more threatening and provoke that second yellow. But yeah, ultimately 2v1 all over the pitch. That 4-2-4 press was just wide open in the middle. The likes of Gravenberch was just given way too much work to do in the middle, and McAllister just cannot handle the work that they're giving him right now. Like he's all over the place. He's all over the place. Like he is, like, I feel so sorry for the guy because like he's being meant to be blamed for Caicedo's banger when he's 2v1 with Gusto because Gravenberch is being pulled out of position. So yeah, man, it was, again, tactically, Maresca eviscerated Arne Slot's setup. It was just
you know what I mean? Mad thing, bro. And listen, people, we've got over 200 people here. I don't think we've even touched 100 likes yet, man. So listen, make sure that you lot are smashing up the likes. Make sure that you lot are subbing to the channel. All the new subs as well. You know, big up all the man them from
they're pressing that like button on Liverpool attack on Saturday. It's just not good enough.
Yeah,
just
man.
press it for me. What are we doing here? Come on.
I always have to tell the people, bro, when you go to someone's yard, you take off your shoes, right? When you come here, you smash the likes, you subscribe to the channel and whatnot. Share the video. Yeah, let's get the channel popping, man. You know what I'm saying, people? But CAA Mafia, he says that Rocket came off with hate. LFC midfield. Yeah, it did, bro. Like, listen, I was sitting, I sit behind the goal, Matthew Harding lower, right? And when in the first half, I was watching us from our build-up, so I could see behind where Caicedo was. So I literally saw him running towards the goal, and we're all like, shoot, and broski, the ball just went shoof. You know what I mean? Just so quick, bro. I couldn't believe.
Don't sleep on the composure. Don't sleep on how he made Virgil van Dijk skank before that, and then put it top.
When he faked the shot.
I don't know what he was doing, bro. Yeah, but I want to show you, man, this as well, ads, so you can come in, right? In terms of the build-up play, right? So this was for the second goal, actually. So dramatic added time goal for Chelsea versus Liverpool saw 10 different Chelsea players involved in the move, which lasted only 28 seconds, right? Only one Premier League goal this season has seen all 11 players involved. Ironically, ex-Chelsea player Rio against Newcastle, right? What was it for you, ads, that actually made us a lot more fluid, you know, on Saturday, man? Because Chelsea haven't been great in our build-up recently, but there was definitely something that changed for us in this game. What made us more fluid for you, man?
There was a lot of factors, but listen, first and foremost, big up the panel, big up the chat, big up my football club for actually restoring the feeling, because I can't talk about this game and not start with leading the fact that, like, I need this feeling. Again, you might know what it's like. If I see a big Chelsea win, I'm coming in colours, bro. That's just the vibe. I'm surprised nobody else is in colours, but like that's the vibe I'm on. I have to remind, man, Chelsea Football Club, and we're world champions, and we dunked on the English champions. That everybody wants to herald and say, "Oh, they're this and then that." That was their best team available. Other than Alisson, that was their best team available for me, because we know that's the midfield that was doing mashing work last season. That's their best right back on the pitch because Frimpong's dead. There's no Trent. Florian Squirt should not be starting for that team right now, and he didn't start. That was the best balanced team other than Ekatike. Ekatike is cold. Fair enough. I think he had an injury midweek. Right, cool. Other than that, that was their best team, and that was us without Palmer. With like our 9th and 10th place centre backs finishing that game, like crazy antics. Like, so it's ridiculous that we not only went and won the game, which you have to do in these big games, but the moments that we had, the domination that we had in the last 20 to 25 minutes of that game. Score that late winning goal, and then I'm just seeing the feeling being restored. I'm seeing a young star boy make a name with a great winning goal. I'm seeing a celebration. I'm seeing a manager running the touchline. I'm even seeing the kickoff here from that long ball goes up for a goal kick. I'm even seeing Cucurella and Enzo getting Van Dijk pressed, like just getting him, just like the shit housery. Like that is prime time Chelsea, restoring the feeling proper Chelsea. I loved all of that. It's not about build up. It was a lot better. A big part of that, you have to say it, Buddy is sure. Body shot on the ball, and I was telling my boy about watching the game with my boy. I'm like, listen, you might say, "Oh, he's shit, he's slow, and he's like, oh, Konate better than him on the ball." I'm like, brother, take a
not
touch.
even close.
Take a
No
touch.
way. No
You don't
way.
know, and by the end of the game, he's like, you know what, Ads, my bad. I know.
Thinker and hooked.
You told you that. Your boy told you that. Your boy told you that.
He said, you know what, my bad, you educated me on that one. I told him, brother, you got to listen sometimes. Body short on the ball, it's very solid pen. He helped conduct the play a lot. But again, you have to big up Enzooo Maresca. Again, people want to talk about his in-game management and the in-game subs, and people are going to credit him for the free subs. I thought maybe he could have done a bit earlier in terms of how he wanted to flow with the game, because again, Liverpool's goal for me was coming, right? But in terms of setting up a team, and that's why, you don't want to go too far with the superlatives, right? But the way this guy will set up a team and find different tactics to find different solutions, it's very impressive. Because how we caught up PSG in that Club World Cup final was amazing. Bayern Munich were ready for that setup, and they had something for us, fair enough. But again, you're going into another big game against Liverpool, and it suited us. It suited us. But just to land this point, it suited us that we knew what they were going to do, because they went with their best team that Maresca's been studying, and has had good performances against in the past last season. Again, every time we played them, we stepped to this team. We were ready. They weren't ready for us to go and deploy Gusto in the midfield to make the changes that we did, and we smoked them, bro. We were a better team. We just in the end.
I just want to add though, do we think though that, and this is credit to him, do we think though the way Slot made his changes impacted the timing of his subs? Like I'm talking about, he brought Lavia on the 55th minute, not on the 65th or the 75th. He brought him on the 55th minute after Badiashile got injured. He could have easily put Hato on there and left it the way it was. But then I think that because they made changes at half time, right? They took Bradley off, put Slosler in right back, and then took
Gravenberch went back into
centre back.
Right.
Boy.
So I think he actually
the head of Gravenberch, bro.
I think he changed the time. I think the time league subs changed due to the injuries and Liverpool's change in tactics in the second half, because we know he's trying to nurse Lavia back, and Lavia always seems to be fit for Liverpool games. By the way, I don't know why. He always seems to be fit for Liverpool.
They hate them, bro. They want to link up every time.
But I'm thinking he brought him on because they gave up the midfield, so he just went, I'm going to clamp it. I'm going to release Enzo a bit more up front as well. So I've got an extra attack. I'm going to clamp it. I'm going to dominate them like I already have. I'm going to double down. I'm going to do it. I don't care if I've got Josh and Reece at the back. I've got Caicedooooo and Lavia protecting them. I've got the double package here.
That's what
I'm
it
going to
is.
protect them. I'm going to go for it. Because, and this is before the equaliser. They're here for the taking. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try. And even the subs that were brought on, because I don't know, on TV, I only saw Gooey and not Gooey. I saw Gittins and Hato warming up. So I saw Gittins and Gittins and Hato only warming up, and I didn't see Esteval, and I thought, he's not going to bring on Esteval. But then he brought him up on the graphics like that, and I thought, what? He's gone for it. He's changed both wingers, and he brought on another striker. He's going for it. He's sensed their weakness, and that Endo sub that Slot did was just a conceding of that. He was just trying to play out for a draw. Right,
100%, man. And
really, obviously, big up the manager, because again, it's hard to sort of in-game manage when you have to manage so many different injuries in the game. You have to manage the fact that João Pedro's not fully fit. You have a weakened bench, all this stuff, right? So, like, moving Reece James into centre back, I mean, that worked. And Reece James, my brother, Reece James, that performance again in another big game, doing that again. Again, if I get talking about best right backs, best mid, whatever, like he shouldn't play midfield, whatever.
He's just a footballer, man.
In the league, just a baller, bro. Like you just
allow these things, man. Like listen, I like Timber, but broski, Reece is in a different place to these guys. Like Reece is a complete player, not just a complete fullback. He's a complete
footballer, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Anything you ask the guy to do, he can do it, bro.
Captain,
you know what I'm saying? Captain as well, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, and Goonie, if you remember the lineup that I went with Goonie on Friday, I said, bro, it'll be Josh and Badia Shaw at the back. I was seeing a few people like Robert saying, it'll probably be Hato. And I said, he better not be Hato because we need balance from the back, right?
Yeah. Another thing I've got to say to you, Don. Another thing I've got to say to you. On the last stream, I said, would it be controversial for Garnacho to start on that left side? You lot laughed at me. Yeah, didn't have a terrible game, did he?
Did I laugh at you? I don't think I laughed.
It might not have been you. Somebody did.
I thought Neto and Esteval would start. I didn't.
That's what I went for as well. That's what I went for. But when I asked the question, but I thought he done all right in terms of like fulfilling his role and what he's supposed to do, holding that width and those back post runs as well, bro. Like he had something different.
He's a threat, and he's a good weapon to have in the squad that we don't really have. But again, we've just won a big game. I'm not gonna get onto Nacho like that. But again, January that would be great.
No, he could have.
He done well, man. I can't like one thing about that guy. One thing I'll say about that guy, right? Listen, one thing about him, bro. His first touch is quality, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more than just the first touch. It's more than just the first touch. It's the decision making. And again, look
his touch is. His touch is.
I'm saying what I've been seeing from his first touch is good, bro. Like the ball was coming in the air.
Hold on. Wait. Did I hear this correctly?
Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying, bro. Yeah.
No, I just want to hear it correctly though. Did you say his first touch is good?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Oh
yes.
my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
the way that guy was, bro. The way the ball was going so high up in the air, and he's just bringing it down on his first touch was ridiculous, bro. Like that is a mad skill.
One really good first touch.
That is a mad move. I don't know if you guys are missing those bits of his game here, but I'm telling you now, I've seen it even against Benfica. It wasn't great against Benfica, but I'm telling you, against Liverpool,
you know what I saw? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. There were some touches where he's just stretching and running into space where he brought it down okay, but the touches I'm talking about is when ball to feet and he's just fumbling all over the ball.
Yes.
Those are the
okay, that's a bit different.
My overall point is, guys, man, let's just realize we did.
I'm talking more about bringing it down, coach. I'm saying when it's in the air and it brings it down.
My point is, we did. You're right. You're both right, actually. But my point is, we did that to Liverpool, and for me, again, Gunnar can give you moments, Neto can give you moments, but like, I don't want to see my wingers constantly do things that make me in game be like, what the hell was that decision? What the hell was that touch?
Yeah.
Watching that with like. Again, nobody can compare to Hazard, obviously, but like even with Willian in his prime, like other wings that we've had, like we weren't getting that. But these guys, they're going to be giving me that consistently, and I don't want that. Now, Esteval might be able to give me something different, and if he can get you goals as well, then boy, we're cooking. We're cooking with something. Because for me, if our attack has Esteval, Palmer, fully fit João Pedro, and if he can make it work with the lap up front and have those three behind him, I'm not going to be getting every single like 10 minutes being like, what the fuck is Garnacho doing? What the fuck is Neto doing? Because Esteval, João Pedro, Palmer, they won't be giving me those feelings. And if we have that with that midfield, ideally like our first one or two choice centre backs, what would we then do to team?
You know, on Saturday, though, and I know he's been dragged off a couple of times because of red cards after he started, but I actually think having Esteval on the bench is also a great option in games like that. Do you know what I mean? He's just a game changer because he would have. By the way, side note, don't ever put Kirkes in conversation with Cucurella again.
I really don't know what people see in this Kirkes guy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what.
It's just not. The only reason why people rate him is because Liverpool rate him. Because Liverpool rates him, we must rate him.
Trust me, people rate him.
I rated him from Bournemouth, man, but he shouldn't have got player of the season though. Sorry, player of the team of the season.
But what I'm saying is, he is a great option to have off the bench that can turn a game like that, like when a game's so close like that in terms of scoreline, or to make the difference. Because there's no coincidence when he came on that last 15 minutes, we destroyed them. Absolutely, apparently there was only one winner of that game from the last 20 minutes onwards of that game. Liverpool were done and dusted. Even when Liverpool dominated after they scored, like dominated the ball, they had no clear-cut transition. I'm going to tell you right now, that was one of Sanchez's easiest Chelsea games of his career so far against Liverpool on Saturday. Easy. He made no outstanding save or was made to make any outstanding save whatsoever. But back to Esteval. I know he started last couple of games, but I think this is what we need to expect sometimes, that he's going to come off the bench more than start some games. And I think in some games when he comes off the bench, that can be a real weapon.
But Andrew, my thing though. Here's my thing with that though is, and I've said this for weeks, not just because of this. Esteval's our best winger at the club, and you start your best players. You got to start him.
Yeah,
because I feel even
also I hear that, Gunny, but also you need he's still 18 after all. This is not.
It doesn't matter.
What does that matter?
He's ready. He's ready. He's ready.
I feel like you say one thing one week and something else the next. Go on, Goody.
Let Goody finish his point, and then Rob, you can debate it. Go on.
No, I'm saying like the fact that he's 18 years old doesn't mean anything to me. He's the best performer in that position, and on top of that, you can see that the way he plays football galvanizes the rest of the squad as well. It galvanizes the attack. He's able to do absolutely anything and everything. Yeah,
the playmaker. He's a playmaker. That's what he is.
Bro. One dribbler, he's gonna bruck you and get past you. Did you see that ball he put in the box for Enzo Fernandez? Woo wee!
The header. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So those them crosses in from deep, he can do that. He can break into the box. He can even operate from the middle as well.
I'm just talking. I'm just because I look at the example. You know when Savinho came last season with Man City.
Yeah.
And they literally they drove him into the ground. He started nearly every game because he had a good game against us and stuff like that. I'm not saying like for his whole time here, like I'm saying for maybe just the first few months and then the second half of the season, you just bomb him on like that. You know what I mean? And then from next season, when he has a good World Cup, and then he's able to do it from next season as well. I'm just saying, it's good to have that option off the bench and not look there and have to like put like an extra midfielder on, to try and win the game or something like that. It's just I just expect sometimes that to happen, that he won't start every game at all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But it should be in our strongest 11 though. That's the point being made.
I don't necessarily agree. I hear the shout. I don't necessarily agree, even though we all agree he is, he is technically our best winger, right? But there's something that is also 18. You need to make a life a little bit easier for him still. So when letting Pedro Neto run the fullback into the ground, Robertson was holding his knees when Esteban came on. He was running. So you bring Esteban.
Robertson came off the bench.
He's absolutely cooking, right? You bring Esteban against tired legs, then they got no chance because he will take him on. He's fresh and all that. But there is something to be said about he's 18. You can't be, because when you start him, then the fan base can start having expectations, right? Expectation after expectation after expectation. But if you ease him in, like Maresca has done, which I think has been, he's managing quite, very, very well. So bring one against tired legs. And it doesn't mean he can't start. You start him some games, but the majority of these, especially in a game that's tight, you bring him on automatically. He's a spark, right? The game change. He's a spark.
Please, let me just. It won't take long. I just gotta say this because, I'm gonna let you live, Robert, because I'm pretty sure I was on stream with you maybe I don't even want to say it was a week ago, where we're talking about players being old enough. You're talking about Rio and all these guys and at Liverpool and how come these guys are playing? And I'm gonna let you live because I'm in a good mood. We beat Liverpool, but I hear you talking. I'm hearing you talking out both sides of your mouth right now. It's okay. It's okay.
You will never hear me big up Rio. That's not me. If you I talk about somebody bigging up,
don't make me clip it and send it to you. Right? Don't make me clip it and send it to you. I remember
please,
distinctly. Okay.
No, clip it and send it to me.
I will.
Me bigging up Rio.
I'll post it on X for everyone to see. How about that?
You won't find me big enough a Liverpool player.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Sorry, guys.
Anyone else remember that chat?
I'm gonna go. That dude is I've taken over. I'm sorry to
respect
cut
Goonie.
Me and Goonie are gonna do a one-to-one this week anyway, people. So look out for that one.
Yeah.
Goonie, love for your time anyway, bro. Love, man.
Yeah. No worries. And Robert, I'm coming back for you. Don't you worry, mate. Yeah, we got unfinished business, all right?
In a bit, bro. In a bit. Love. Hey, they're calling you out, Robert, man. Hey, big up Joey as well. Since that fool speaking from the side of his. You know what I'm saying?
Joe is the little brother I never had. He's
little bro.
He's the little bro that always.
That's a little bro.
Big bro. Wow. You always try to get a big bro all the time, but I let him live. I'm the senior. He's the junior.
Nah, I hear it, bro. I hear it, man. But listen, let's talk about Josh as well, Josh Achimpong, because listen, Josh, I can see the quality in him, right? First of all, let me say that, people. Yeah, I like how he carries the ball. I love how he was, marking Isak and dealing with Isak and some of the touches as well when the ball was coming straight in the air and man's just taking it away from him. And it's the long limbs. It's the limbs. Say that again.
And then driving with the ball as well. I'm saying it's ball carrying, bro.
Driving with the ball as well. And you know what's so fucked, bro? I was looking at Josh. Josh is tall, innit? Isak's taller than him, bro. Yeah. Isak was taller than him, but a little bit as well. And I'm like, he's managed to deal with him. He's managed to deal with Mateta. There was only a little bit in the game where his passing from the back was a little bit off, where it's just like
at the start of the first half, start of the second half as well, like. But
yeah. He just gave it away, and it's like, yo, you need to work on that part of your game. He'll never be able to punch it like Badiashile and Cole and that, but he needs to be careful. He needs to.
But he's more of a ball carrier, anyways, all right?
Yeah,
I feel like he's a natural replacement for Fofana. That's what it feels like.
He is, but he doesn't lock his foot when he passes the ball. It's very much like the way he passes it. It's very loose. It's like a loose pass. You know what I mean? You need to lock your foot and make sure that the ball just goes you. You know what I mean? You need to punch the ball, otherwise it will just get intercepted. I saw him do it against Brighton. Man, just gave the ball away. I saw him do it the other day. I'm even sure against Palace when he played well, he done it in that game as well, but he saved himself, right? So that's the only little criticism I'll give him. But other than that, I thought he was brilliant, bro. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's a lot. That's a lot, though. Like the things that we're talking about when we're playing out from the back are very important, though, right? Like you have to you have to take care of the ball, especially when they're pressing with like 4-2-4, right? Like you have to be able to take care of the ball in those areas, and also the decisions of when to pass it to who. You know, you got to make better decisions on the ball as well. Like there's a couple times where he played it into, I want to say, Gusto in the second phase, and he bypassed their first line, but then he left the pass so short that it left Gusto to just defend it, and he just got overrun. You know what I mean? So it's also when to pass it, the way to pass, all of that. But again, as a young player, as a guy that, you know, what is he, 18, 19 years old, like all these things, like come into a game against Liverpool, the champions, and you know, playing against like this vaunted attack, I thought he asserted himself quite well. You know, there's things that he's going to have to do better going forward. And if he's going to play, you know, a little bit more regularly for us, then he's definitely going to have to take care of the ball better. But in terms of like how he asserted himself in that game, I was very impressed. I was happy with him. I'm very, very happy.
Andrew, send Joey the link, please. Send Joey the link, bro. Yeah, Joey, don't worry, you'll get that in a second.
Oh, here we go.
I think him playing against Badiashile helped in terms of it's a good balance.
That was big, bro.
Balance. There's a good balance in them. You know, I could see him, Badiashile, giving him instructions and stuff like that. Even Reece was giving him instructions and stuff like that. So that's what
he was insulated well.
That's what but what I'm saying is I haven't been seeing that a lot recently. Do you know what I mean? With Josh, no one's been giving him instructions. You know what I mean? They've been letting him do his own thing, which is a mistake in my mind in most cases. He was keep it simple, move it along, and when he went off after Badiashile, I thought, and who are we going to play? And I saw Gary Cahill in the goal. I was like, he's going to get his boots on for the second half. There were so many people dropping, but he had a very good game. He locked up. He locked up Isak very well. No, Isak had that assist. You know, stuff like that.
He meant
what a time. He meant that. He definitely meant that, bro. Like he meant to bring that down.
Sure?
Nah, he did.
Well, he definitely did. I thought he was trying to swing it for himself, though. But I think Reece was smart.
I don't know if you saw Ekitike's pass. Remember Ekitike's pass as well when he came on? That pass was mad.
Well, again, we dealt with them. So you got to be got the
That's what they do, yeah. But let me read the super chat.
I blended Liverpool here, bro. Liverpool Football Club, champions elect. 2 record-breaking signings in the summer with their fully fit team other than Ekitike. Allison, that's it. And
Allison is a big piece.
Let me read these super chats here because they're quite similar. So big up Emin. And we've got over 100 likes now, people as well. 123 likes. We've got nearly 300 people. Let's keep it going, man. Let's get to 200 real quick. But big up Emin. It says up the Chels and F this board for not backing our manager. And then Asad also said when we win, nobody credits the sporting directors, or we need a central centre back, right? Yeah.
When I credit these board when you've given me that, bro, I've got Garnacho on the wing against fucking Liverpool and we beat them, and that's like, wait, so imagine we didn't have Garnacho there. Imagine you bought centre backs in. Imagine you made this.
But hold on, you're making it sound like those guys did not contribute to the win, though.
This one
contributed to that win.
Some of those guys deserve credit. Again, I'm not here to like slug off Badiashile. Like again, I don't think he's a complete scrub. Again, he had a great game. That's my point. He had a great game. My point is like again, Garnacho was useful. Players there were useful that I don't necessarily rate, right? But at the same time, they contribute. But my point is, how consistent are we going to be? This isn't the data like being like, oh, we're not going to win the league, but that's not the point. The point is that like we have players there that can do a job, but are they going to be consistent over a league season? Now we have players there like Caicedooooo, like Reece James, who you can go to fucking war with for 38 games and they can be on point. I'm saying if you gave them the players around them, it's a different story.
Let me
So,
let me add. It's very simple. Ads. It's very simple. Ads.
After 1
Ads.
win.
The answer you need to give, and this isn't the answer anyone needs to give. And so why don't you? We win in spite of the directors. That's what happens at this club, right? That's what happens.
You know what? Let me say something. Because I don't want to overly speak about the recruitment today because that's not a conversation for today, right? Everyone knows our faults. We could have done better, whatever. Cool.
When we lose our next,
let me come to you, Joey, because end of the day, we have in-house solutions right now, right? There's simple things that Maresca can be doing right now to help the team play better. And for me, one of the main things you can do to help the team play better is putting out balanced lineups, right? Mark Guiu, his little cameo that he put out in the game, yeah, come straight to him. Because when I was watching João Pedro, when we was attacking in the second half, bro, these guys are right in front of me, so I can see their movement off the ball, right? João Pedro was not really grappling with Van Dijk.
Why are we talking about Guiu in a game like this?
Bro, this is what I'm getting at. This is what I'm getting at right now, yeah? Mark Guiu was actually, what's the word? He was occupying the centre-backs. And even if you go watch the goal back as well, right? Van Dijk was having to watch this guy because he's looking at his movement. You're seeing the pressing from the back. He was making, I don't know my man's name, Mama, whatever Mama Dakariri, that guy there, yeah? Bro, he's making man just bang the ball far because he's pressing him. And when he presses, he even slides on the floor to follow them. You know what I'm saying? He will slide on the floor, right? So these are the things that I'm looking at. As soon as he came on, Esteval tried to cross the ball to him. He scuffed it with his head. Yeah, he was making those runs into the box. He was being a natural striker. Again, it goes back to the centre backs. He played a left footer at left centre back. He played a right footer at right centre back. Right? He wasn't starting. I mean, the only bit where obviously Enzooo in the 10 is a bit annoying. Gusto, cool. But going forward, we need to be seeing more balanced lineups. Right? Play fucking Guiu from the start and play João Pedro behind him. Yeah. Play a three-man midfield. Play Lavia. Play Enzooo and Palmer. Sorry, and Caicedo. Or play Santos, Enzooo, and Caicedo. We need to be thinking of in-house solutions instead of crying, oh, we didn't sign the centre-back in the summer. Oh, we didn't sign this in the summer. Yeah, well, we can't change that now. Yeah, you got
100%. But also, you can also say at the same time that when we have a balanced lineup, that we look a lot better, right? And without a left-footed center back, right? Without a left-footed center back, because Badiashile was injured at the beginning of this season, right? Badiashile was injured, and you're going to throw in Hato at 19 years old in the Premier League right away when he had a shaky start. You're going to tell me that left-footed center back that we did not get couldn't have helped the balance of this team. And that's the only point that I have on it. Outside of that, nah, Rob, you're not going to interrupt me now. Okay, I just joined. You want to try to little bro me? That shit ain't happening. I'm a big ass dude from New York. You ain't playing me, son. Go playing me like that, bro. I'm telling you. Go like this whole aspect of like balance has been I've specifically spoke about why we needed another center back, because you can see when we have a left-footed center back, it doesn't cut off a third of the pitch. When we have a right-footed center back on the left foot, you don't have the passing angle to get the ball over to the left side. The ball consistently recycles into the interior spot. And that's how people are pressing us. To funnel the ball into Caicedo so he can be pressed. Like, that's the whole idea of the way people are defending us. So when you have a left footer, it eliminates the aspect of you cutting off that left-handed side. We wondered for majority of this season why we haven't been able to attack from the left-hand side. Why was it capable? Why were we capable yet against Liverpool?
We've done it so much. We've done it so much, bro.
Why were we capable?
Mo Salah couldn't press.
Why was it horrible, man?
The passing as well. Because even against Benfica, right? It wasn't Salah, but we played a lot from the left. We were playing a lot on the left. You know what I mean? So,
I was gonna bring the Benfica point up after this, but it point stands. We're not cutting off the field. We're literally if you play a right footer there, you're cutting off the left side of the field. The left touch line is pretty much cut off because you don't have the passing angle to go left. You don't. And Rob, I don't want to. This I don't want to see. You played church ball, okay? You played church ball. I played.
Joey, allow it.
Don't do this. I'm going for my
Joey.
I'm going for my badges. You're sitting there speaking on your church squad.
Come on now. Let's be respectful. Let's be respectful. Joey.
About tactics. I know
Joey,
what I'm talking
one
about.
sec.
You don't gotta
One
go
sec. All I
anywhere
gotta
else.
say is this.
I know what I'm talking
I agree with you.
I know what I'm talking
I agree with you in terms of like everything about, because I'm pretty sure I sat on this exact same panel, different faces, and talked about left footer on the left side, right footer right side, and the differences. And we just talked about it on the last stream, like where these split-second decisions that you have to make with a left footer on the right is crucial when teams are pressing you. Like you have to be able to advance the ball quickly, and when you have to switch it back to your right and then punch it in here, like it's those little split seconds make a massive difference in terms of like how you want to play football, and then you cutting it back into the midfield.
You even saw it in the game when Josh moved to the left. Man was just kicking the ball off the pitch.
Absolutely, he couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
he couldn't handle it, right? Can I just finish though, real quick? Can I just finish real quick? Because like ultimately, I agree with what Joey's saying. But I think that game was made a lot easier by the way that Liverpool press. I just think that it played right into our hands. Nobody was marking, and to be honest, Sanchez wasn't too bad with the distribution too, because he was able to bypass. It's a couple times, but there's times when we're playing up from the back, he was able to bypass that first line of four, and play it directly into Cucurella, which started our attacks from there. You know what I mean? And when you played into Cucurella, now he's got 2v1, him and Enzooo versus Gravenberch, and we played that exact same thing to a T the entire game. So as I said before, I think it's very important to have left footers on the left side. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, when teams weren't pressing high and stuff like that, and you can just like control the ball and take your time with it, you could have gone away with this playing with players with right foot, or whatever, left foot, left foot. But now, when you have to play possession-based football, teams are pressing you from the back. You have to have players in the right socket, the right foot in the right socket.
Exactly, bro.
You don't have any two-footers, though, really. You don't have a two-footer.
I'll come to Aztecs. Go on, Rob. Go on.
Right. This is the point. I hear all that. We need a left-footed center back to be able to balance how we play out from the back, right? But you're not going to spend 50 million pounds to have a center back that will hold you down for 5 games when you know by the
True.
You know Hato after maybe a month or two under Maresca is gonna be up to speed, right? You don't go and everybody was calling out for us to go by Nkapie. Nkapie hasn't played a single game for Arsenal. He's been injured the entire time, right? If you had bought Nkapie, he wouldn't have been available either. Right, so
I swear he ain't even 6 million
on a centre back, knowing that you have a really good centre back who can pass out from the back. That you only need to give a couple months until he returns. You don't go just and then now Nkapie comes back, Badiashile is back, Hato's back. Now what do you do? Right
now we actually have depth, and we don't have to play our backup left back at center back. That's what we do. We don't have to play our backup left back at center back. That's what we do.
No, he's an option. He's an option.
But here's the thing. You want to use Nkapie as the example, and that's fine because that's the player I wanted, right? But to say that you can't go buy another center back that's not 50 million, you're just using it.
That's good enough. That would have been deemed good enough for less than 50 million. Murillo is going to sell.
Right to sell two. Wait. Why do we have to keep talking about this? Like we know what the circumstances. We have to sell to buy. We couldn't sell enough to buy.
Yeah, I don't want to overly focus on the centre backs and what the centre back situation, because Joey, we can't change that right now. Yeah, we need to look in-house.
Nobody's saying that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is to act like that we didn't. To act like that there wasn't a mistake made by not getting a center back is just being you're just pushing away the problems that you don't want to see. That's the reality of it. Like that's really what it is. You're lit because you see when we have what we need. We have them. No, because now we don't have a backup left back. If you're gonna play Hato at center back, no, stop this, Rob. If you're gonna play Hato at left back, at center back. You can't play him as a left back. You can't back up Cucurella if you're going to put Hato at center back.
I think Badiashile will still play there. Badiashile will be playing there.
Yeah, of course.
The whole point of buying Hato was to get a backup for Cucurella.
Joey, answer me this question. Before Colwell went down, did you think we needed a center back?
Yes.
Okay, so then
The right,
that's the
the
point.
right side.
That's the point then. That's the point then. It's not
Yes.
about like not you thought that we weren't not deep enough at
I
center
wanted
back
a
before that.
2-footed center back.
Okay, so then that's the issue then. It's not because they didn't.
Alexandro
But you understand
from
that.
Lille
But
would
you
have been
understand that
perfect.
like
It was only 30
we have
million,
center
by the
back
way.
depth though, right? You understand that we have center back depth though, right? We do
Yeah, we have to get rid of pieces. I get it. But you're
Okay.
telling me you can't sell Chalobah pure profit for 30 million to somebody in the Premier League is bullshit. It's bullshit.
Even if you made 30, you're gonna bring in another center back for 20.
Yes, yes,
Like,
I can give you. You could have brought Dakatia. He's playing out of his mind for Bournemouth. You could have brought all these other players that you could have brought.
You know what time it was.
Joey,
You
you
could
want
have all these other players that you could have brought. You're telling me. You're telling me it's Justin Tapia, 50 million.
Well, that's who you wanted. That's who you wanted, though.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Correct. That's why.
But the thing is, I
would have been a mistake, though.
what I like about Joey Rob, yeah. Listen, you could disagree about the solutions we've got internally. I get that.
At least he has them.
Joey actually comes with solutions. He comes with names. Guys will just say things and not even come with a name. Oh, just get me this, get me that. All he does is research and he's like, I want this guy, I want that guy. This guy can bring this. I like that, bro. And we can have a conversation about that, Joey, right? But end of the day, right now, listen.
It is now where we are.
Yeah, Bad issue stocks have dropped massively, right? But if he can stay fit and give the performances he's been given the past 2 games and be a leader for the likes of Josh, obviously Fofana will come back into the team as well. I think he can do a job because Cole is such a key player to us, and that's why in the summer I said it, Joey, at the time we need a replica of a Cole. That's why I was happy to keep Vega, right? Because of our build-up play, yeah. But there's another guy that I want to talk about in terms of our build-up ads. Yeah, let me come to you, Couch. I know you're probably gonna, you know what I mean. Couch is rubbing his hands here, right? But they got Joga Bonito. He says Lavia came on and was mint. The progressive passes and the press resistance. A fit Lavia is better than 95% of all the midfielders in the league. Yeah?
100%.
Let me tell you something. When he done that drop of the shoulder from where he was, he got me too. He got me too, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I was doing the drop of the shoulder with him every time he dropped the shoulder, I was dropping the shoulder.
You can drop the shoulder to save your life, Joe. You know that. Don't lie.
You know,
I didn't even hear what you said. I don't talk to church ballers.
Oh my god,
Church ballers.
What you say, though, Asma? What did you think of Lavia's performance, and what does this guy just bring to the team? Honestly, he's the glue. Like people are saying, he's the glue, bro.
Bro, he brings joy to my heart. I'll be real, bro. Like I was watching the game, just intense, like bro, like just like rolling with the punches, like kicking every ball. Like there was a point where like, man's just intense watching the game, and then Lavia came on the pitch, right? And I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I just saw Caicedooooo there, Lavia there, and I'm like, raw, like yo, life can actually be good if this can be our midfield on a consistent basis. But like, there's a reason why I blended some Liverpool pack right here, and I'm drinking it up, bro. Because bro, when that midfield is there, not many man in the world can talk to them, bro. I'll be real. And like that Liverpool midfield, they got shown levels when he was on the pitch. So like, listen, that is what life can be. We sort out the rest of the team. But again, let's actually focus on the positives. What we saw, that was great. And again, the Caicedooooo talk about he can be a box-to-box 8. He is a box-to-box 8. I agree that is what Caicedooooo can do at his best, and he's given the sort of freedom to do it. And we haven't been able to see it because his partner in crime is not there. People talking about Enzooo and Caicedooooo being the partners in crime. No, the partners in crime are Caicedooooo and Lavia. That's the duo. Again, if you can fit Enzooo in there, make it work.
Thank you.
Caicedooooo, Lavia, that's the truth. That right there, not many man can talk to that. I'll be real.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing is too? Sorry, just quickly. Even though, like, I would have expected Lavia to play the 6 in that game. You know, the guy that was like just sitting in front of the back 4, and he was more of the box-to-box 8. You know, which was quite strange. Like, you know, when you consider he's coming off an injury and like, you know, you see him as more of the guys in the first phase of our buildup. And I thought it was odd to see Caicedooooo remain in that role and not be liberated to get a little bit further forward. But again, I don't know. Maybe Maresca sees it differently, but I think you guys are both right. I think that if you play Lavia in that 6 and you keep him deep and you have him dictate from deep, we have a much more steady, complete midfield and a more complete team, to be honest, too. Like, it's just a fact, right?
These are the in-house solutions. These are the in-house solutions I'm talking about, because Enzooo now has extra protection, right? People like to crash it on Enzooo in terms of his off the ball, you know, playing and whatnot. He's lazy, he's a slouch, he's fat. Bro, he won the ball the most time, sorry, in the first half. Second half, again, I'm seeing man just...
He fell off in the second half, though. He fell off in the second half.
Bro, second half, I was still seeing him getting around. I'll be real. I saw him getting around, but he was more influential on the ball. Even more influential on the ball in the second half. Played a massive part for the goal that we scored. The second goal.
That's the only real influence he had for me, to be honest. I'm not gonna. No, let me just say this. I thought he. Let me finish. Let me finish. Okay. I thought that overall it was one of the best games I've seen him from this year. Like I thought he was quite good, especially in the first half. I thought he was really good. And it's not because of what he did on the ball; it was what he was doing off the ball. Of course, the dribbles. Yeah. He was getting stuck in, all of it. I thought he was actually really, really good. I thought in the second half he fatigued a little bit, and players were playing around it. They're playing around him quite easily. When Liverpool were in their ascendancy in about the 55, 56 minute mark, in and around there. And there was one play in particular where I can't remember who lost the ball. No, Enzo lost the ball, oddly enough. And he's crying for a foul like this. Oh my God. Yeah, waiting for the call, doesn't come. And then his man has left him, and they're basically right outside. I think it was the shot that ended up Salah ended up taking, skying it over the ball.
Yeah,
that was that one, right?
Yeah,
and like it's just these moments, man. Like you see these moments too often when he just gets switched off and he's not focused on the game.
Was that a foul? Yes or no? Was that a foul on Enzo?
No, it wasn't a foul. It wasn't a foul. It was not a foul. That's the problem.
He had to buy it, and he did it. And I
think for the most part, not getting the call. And at some point, you have to just get up and play football. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
He's trying for the fall all game.
Yeah, I hear it. Listen, I see a lot of players. I see a lot of top players bottle it sometimes in duels. It's not just Enzo. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I thought he did very well off the ball. And like I said, in terms of even when he hit the post, like Ad said earlier, this guy could have scored. He could have left with a goal. That pass to Cuckoo was perfect because that pass there just allowed Cuckoo to cross it first time, Andrew. You know what I mean? The weight of the pass was brilliant. So when it comes to I would love to see a stat, where it's like the pass before the main pass. How often Enzo's involved, because he's involved in a lot of goals that we score at Andrew. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I listen. Like I said, I think the criticism about him this season has been slightly overblown, in my opinion. It always is with Enzo. He's a Marmite player. You either like him or you hate him for some reason. I think he's been good in some games this season and rubbish in other games this season, and that's fair. But one thing he's always been good with is the way he just covers the field. He's up there. Last season he's up there. He's up there again this season, just covering the field and everything like that. He does do his work. You're right. I believe he did faded a bit in the second half like that, but I just think
that's because Liverpool started to get on top. Maresca managed the game again.
Have from about just before they scored the goal and 10 minutes after, they had a lot of the ball without doing anything with the ball, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? That's what it was. But yeah, he's essential, and when he's got Lavia and Caicedooooo, and he should have scored, but he can get into that position for a cross and be an extra option in the box for a cross, like with that header. That's what you can do when you have him extra there. Now, I don't know how that works when you get a Palmer back and you play Leicester, but I don't know how that works, whether he starts, whether he comes on or whatever. But while Palmer's out,
the only time we made it work was being inverting from right back. That's the only time we really made it work with all four of them in the midfield.
Yeah. But
now Reece James is there, right?
The issue
of those five, someone's got to miss out.
But maybe but maybe that's good given the state. We had a short preseason and we can rotate. It's going to be a long season again. Maybe that'll be good for some of the games where they are rotated out and then they come back in, they're fresh, and we move again. Because we want to go far in the league, we want to go far in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? We want to play a lot of games this season. But Enzo will be that. No matter what he does, Don, I feel Enzo will always be that Marmite player, no matter what. To some of this Chelsea fan base, you know what I mean? He could score a hat trick in one game in a cup final. The next game he'll get stinker and hooked, and someone will just talk about that game he just had instead of the cup final.
Andrew, you're really not wrong. Listen, Enzo was playing in a high action position, so he's not actually going to be running more than other players and having to win. He's not high intensity, but he's in a position to win the ball higher up the pitch than the Caicedooooo. If Caicedo's in that position, he's going to be winning a lot more duels as well, right? So again,
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
what Enzo brings to the team, he's a goal threat. He gets around. He can get assists or pre-assists. So like that's great. I feel like with somebody of his ability, I need to see more in the final third. And people say that, oh, well, he's getting goals and stuff like that. It's not just about that, bro. It's about the time. So like we break the press, we're in transition, and somebody with his passing ability, right? We say,
Thank you.
when we're in transition, and then you have your runners and you have your weapons of
I feel like you didn't even watch the game, Robert. How many times he overhit passes like, when we're in transition?
We're talking
Yeah,
about in
the
transition.
was a bit off in the first half. It was a bit off in the first half.
Transition is not good enough. And like, listen, I'm gonna praise Enzo for what he does well. But when you're a player of that quality, we have to mention, okay, these are things that he can work on. Because for me, I'm mentioning because he can improve on it. I'm not gonna talk about Garnacho's decision making too tough because I know that's not gonna get better. With Enzo, this should get better. Again, he's not gonna be to KDB level. But let me like if man then watch KDB comps. You see this guy in transition, demon, bro. In transition, running, can play passes.
Yeah, but that's because I'm talking about it before.
Enzo can improve, not to that level, but he needs to get better at doing that, bro. Because then we'll unlock a whole other side to our game if we can do that.
As a team,
100%.
As a team, we are guilty of that because Esteval could have put Guiu through twice with a perfect ball, especially one where he tracked back and tackled the guy, and then Guiu split the defense. Guiu split the defense. NG split the defense, and he had the run on. He was onside. He had the run on. Esteval just overhit it like that. We are guilty of not, as a team, of not taking our chances on the counter.
Our best passer should be better at doing that because again, he's our best passer, right? That needs to be his role because he's in that position.
This is the thing. This is the thing with Enzo, right? I think the expectation, I'm not saying they're unrealistic, but they're just like crazy. People expect him to have 100% pass completion accuracy. Even Kevin De Bruyne, who we all love, we think is the chief master, one of the greatest we've ever seen in the Premier League. He was misplacing passes in the final third, overhitting crosses day in and day out.
Older De Bruyne was stabbing a lot. I'm talking about prime time De Bruyne. And even then,
let me finish.
Keep cooking.
A player that is tasked to make those final passes, those final decisions, he's not gonna get them 100% of the time, right? Again, I'm bringing the KDB example, right? KDB was overhitting ball, was overhitting passes.
Okay. In this game, can you just I get what you're saying. Yeah, he's gonna miss some passes. Okay. Can you just say this? Can you just answer me this? Like in the second half of that game, when he had the opportunity to play the ball into space, down the flanks, through the middle, was he overhitting the passes consistently?
He overhit them twice. But
three times. Okay, so you don't even want to admit it though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have no issue with Enzo, but you have to say
the one time he overhit it is because he thought Gittins made the run and then Gittins stopped. But
that's the one time he overhit it. That's the one time.
I'm counting twice, you counting 3 times. Because the one time he overhit it to Gittins, I thought it was Gittins' fault because Gittins should have kept running, like Gittins stopped insteid. That's the difference between you and I.
There was no way Gittins was getting to that ball.
I think that's on Gittins. But overall, I think overall, you underestimate the job that Enzo Fernandez does for the team. The only reason when Gravenberch was in midfield, who was asked to man mark him? Enzo Fernandez. Completely.
I'm only talking. I think I already spoke about his what he did off the ball today. I think he's exceptional. I'm talking about his passing. The thing that I expected to be. The thing that I expect him to be elite at, I expect him to do that at a very good level.
I think you're talking about. I think you're both right. I think what it is with Enzo, most of the time, I was seeing him connecting the pass from whoever he was getting it from in the first phase, and then passing it to Garnacho or passing it to Gittins. He consistently kept feeding them, right? And I want to talk about Gittins as well, Joey, because he's someone that's been getting a lot of heat. See, I know you watch the Bundesliga a lot, right? Don't really know your thoughts much on Gittins, but listen, for me against Benfica, he was getting cooked. But I looked at that performance and I was like, do you know what? This is the first time I've seen him since preseason actually trying to be direct and run at people, right? The execution was off, but the intent was actually on, right? Same thing against Liverpool. I was actually seeing him getting on the ball, and Rom's even texted me after saying, yo, Gittins came on and actually Like when he was getting on the ball, I felt like something was going to happen, you know. So he wasn't amazing, obviously, but I feel like it's a performance that he can build from. Him and Hato, I thought they were good off the bench. Estevao as well. What did you think of Gittins' performance, man?
So the big thing, Jamie, for me is like you can for me, I'm seeing a player that's a breath of confidence. Okay, it's a confidence thing with him right now. Like to me, the ideas that are processing in his head are the right type of ideas. Like he's running at his man enough for me, at least within the last 2 games. Because before that, some performances I was very upset about it with him. Because like I can absolve that 20 years old if you do not have a good touch at certain points. Like same thing with Garnacho. Like I can absolve that at certain points. But are you making moves with the right intentions? That's what I'm looking for. And you can see with Estevao, at least like I can see he's willing to go both ways. And like as a fullback, a former fullback, someone who's played fullback majority of the time he played fullback and wing back, right? Like I can see that this guy that I can see the way that you can defend Jamie, and I can see the way that you can defend Garnacho pretty easily, right? Pretty easily, because they both have one direction, right? They have one direction. They either want with Jamie, he wants to come inside. With Garnacho, he wants to go to the touchline.
You think Gittins wants to come inside, bro?
I do because I think he's looking for a shot. I think he's trying to look for a shot more times than not, bro. But instead, he's having to pass back because he's not getting the opportunity to go inside, or he's getting cut off by a second man. This is why, like, if you ever watch a game with me, it's kind of funny. I'm literally, I see ones. I'm just yelling ones the whole time. I'm just yelling ones because you got 1-on-1. Like, you have to go at your man. You have to go at your man if you have one.
The outside,
you have to take it and be direct and go. And this is the one thing that I had issues with Nani last year. He would slow down the game too much, and then and allow other players to come in. Jamie needs to just stay confident. He's doing the right motions. He's giving the ideas are correct in his head. I just need him to get more confident. Point blank.
No, 100%. Even that.
He does. This is the player that we're gonna get until he does. Until he gets confident, this is the player we have right now. This is what we're gonna have.
Yeah, bro. And for me, it's like when I'm seeing people writing man off already, this is a pile of shit. And I'm like, do you think man are just gonna come in and they're robots and straight away they're gonna hit it off? Like Az was at me about Gittins the other day and whatnot, and I said, bro, like you gotta give the guy a bit of time. You know, like I liked the intent. You know, what did you think of his
unfortunately with price tag? Unfortunately with price tag, you can't give him time. Like that's just the nature of it. Price tag was 50 million. People take 50 million nowadays, and they take it as you're supposed to be ready made. And nowadays, the way inflation of football is at this current moment, that's just not necessarily the case.
I didn't see anything mad with the price tag, to be honest, because you got to account for the potential that you're paying for as well. You know what I mean? So I didn't think it was crazy. It wasn't like 80 million or 70 million, like Mudryk levels. I think the one thing that I like about him, and that the one thing that I liked about his performance is he was making his actions quickly. Like he wasn't taking his time to make his actions. He's either making a pass or he's taking his man on. It was one or the other, and he wasn't thinking about it. It was just, I'm going to make a pass or I'm going to take my man on. Even if he doesn't. Let me even reply to this, bro. Naj said, I love protecting these mid guys. I don't understand it, bro. Naj, number one, you need to understand, that I'm a Chelsea fan, bro, right? Yes. And when I'm looking at Gittins, I can clearly understand that he's a player who still needs work done, right? So I'm going to think of ways that we can help the player who's going to help our club. Why am I not? I want to ask some people a question. I want to ask people a question. What did you see from Nani at 5 games in? I'm just a question. What did you guys see out of Nani? He was shit, bro. He was like he was bad.
The same thing, if not less.
He was bad, bro.
I just want to make sure that point is still put across the board, because when you compare Gittins to Nani, I want you to compare time.
There's a couple of dribbles.
Not just at this current moment. I want you to compare their timelines. Okay. At 5 games in, what did get, or 7 games in, because he's 0-7.
But here's the thing with that, right? Noni developed over a period of time, right? He was pretty decent last year. He wasn't amazing, but he was pretty decent, right? And we're now looking to progress as a Chelsea club. We want to progress to the next level now. right?
Mhm.
We don't want to be having a setback, bring somebody in, and then we have to start over again. We built Noni to what he was now, to what he is right now, and now we have to do the exact same thing again with Gittins. I
That's
think
the whole
that's what the
point.
frustration is.
Yeah.
That's what the frustration is. Like now we have to do this whole process again, rather than just get somebody who's already
That's a
made,
different frustration.
come in.
though.
Well, I mean, it's still a frustration though.
I
It's
think
still a
it's
frustration.
It's a different frustration, though, bro.
I think
Where
it's more
your
tidy than Noni.
frustration's targeted isn't targeted at the player. You should be targeting it at the person who's getting.
No, I already knew. Like I didn't really want
Exactly.
Gittins. I was like, whatever. It wasn't really my guy. It wasn't really my guy. But I was like, yo, this is gonna take some time. There's gonna be an adaptation to his game, you know. And I didn't want to see. Sorry, just one sec, Rob. I didn't want to see us. We're talking about we're supposed to be challenging right now, and we're shuffling the decks, bringing in another player that needs a lot of time before he comes to grips with what it is we need him to do in the Prem. You know, so yeah, I didn't.
We will stand by that, though. We will stand by
love
this.
signing.
I've already said many times, bro, who I would have signed. I don't mind Gittins as a squad player, right? But I'm just talking about what I see from this player right now. And end of the day, he's our problem. End of the day, people are running away from the fact that we need to develop him, right? And again, I would have loved someone who's more ready-made ahead of him, but that's not what's happening right now. It's Gittins and Garnacho. So these men need to rise quick, blood. They need to rise quickly, bro. You know what I mean?
I don't think the comparison between Noni and Gittins is that, is quite apt, to be honest with you, because I think even Pedro Neto, we got him, he was Prem ready, he was cooking the Prem already, but it took him time to acclimate to the system. I don't think Gittins is a matter of developing his skill set or his ability to read the game like Noni. I think Gittins is just a matter of acclimating to the league and acclimating to the Maresca system. You could have brought Leao. Leao would have taken time to acclimate to the league and to Maresca system. You could have brought Rodrigo. It would have been the same exact case.
Not Semenyo.
There's no. You can't tell me that there's a winger that you could have brought from outside this league that would have came into this Maresca system and start cooking from day one.
Yes,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I don't believe it.
Julia wouldn't come in here and
Here's the thing. Football's not
Subjective, though,
linear
innit?
in the manner that
Subjective. We
you
never know.
pick up.
It's subjective. It's subjective, bro.
If football's not linear in the manner, if you just pick up, if it's Semenyo and if it's Semenyo that you pick up, it's just gonna hit right away either. Like sometimes it's the most random players that hit and figure out the system early. We don't get to go back in time and say that it's going to be one player is going to be this perfect fit for this system. And I agree with that. But at the same time, you can adjust based off of experience, right? Like just having experience in the squad is going to help you in that manner. Just like that type of experience will help you. It just like, to me, that's what you get by bringing in the Semenyo. Not necessarily that he's going to hit in the system right away. It's having the experience of being in the league and bringing that to another young player that we already have. Like,
we had an example of Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto was in the league cooking. We brought him in here. Now he has to face low blocks each and every week.
That's kind of the point.
I have no problem with Neto. I'm not gonna lie.
My thoughts on Neto are quite clear.
He bullied Kirkes and Salah.
Again, whether Neto had a good game or not, right? Neto's had some good games, cool. Again, my point is there's level between a Semenyo and a Neto for me. Semenyo is clear. The whole point about Gittins, right, is like, listen, I like Gittins to a degree. Again, he's going to take time to learn. That's kind of the whole point, which is why the frustration is that, we just done the project of Noni. Now we've got to kind of restart with Gittins. He'll take time. I agree with Donny.
I don't think we're restarting it though. I love what
it's not the same, but it's similar.
I love what Purple Patch.
No, wait. The point is it's similar. The point is it's similar. Don, I agree. Technically, he's better than Noni. He should actually adapt quicker than Noni. I agree. Again, coming from Dortmund to Chelsea is different than what Noni was doing.
Again, Champions League experience.
Exactly. So it's different. My point is again, when we're saying that we're trying to elevate and get to a point where we're challenging these top teams, it's like you can go with Gittins where the experience level is similar to Noni, better but similar, or you can go take a step further and get somebody who's more primed and ready alongside the Caicedoooos on Palmer, so you can be bus drivers. Again, you feel like with Gittins, you're going to be somebody that's going to need to be carried a little bit. Whether it's a Semenyo, okay, no, that's a driver on the left-hand side, along with a driver in Palmer, a driver in Caicedooooo, a driver in Reece James. We should have got more.
I agree. I agree.
Can I just say something? You know what's funny? You know what's funny about this conversation? What are we doing in the summer of 2026?
Signing more
Quenda.
passengers, probably.
Quenda.
Who's coming in as a winger?
Quendada. You know what I'm saying? Quendada, bro. Quenda's coming.
Quenda. Again.
Yes.
I'm
No, but what I'm saying is,
I got a blind faith in this player. I'm not gonna
I know, but what I'm saying is,
I have an absolute
what
Bro,
I'm saying is
I'm on it, man. I am on
I
the.
know,
I'm
I know.
becoming the
I
CEO, man. I'm the
I got a
CEO of
blind
the fan
faith
club.
like a
I'm not gonna
motherfucker.
lie.
I
Like,
I'm
I watched this
on
guy,
it,
right?
man.
I watched this guy, but like you just see the player, like the type of player that he is, and you're
Right.
like, bro, there's no
I
way.
understand, but we have to.
Like,
We have to.
But
We have to.
that's the kind of blind faith I have.
Yeah, but we also have
I
to
might be
understand though, no matter how much blind faith you're in, sometimes faith isn't enough.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
we still have to go. We still have to understand he's coming to a new league. He's coming to a new country. It's totally different. Do you know what I mean? He might star out in the Champions League, and we've seen it and stuff like that. But the same thing applies to him that it does to a Jamie Gittins, and stuff like that. It's still.
I think,
just
yeah,
repeating the
I think
same
the overarching
process.
point- I think the overarching point, Andrew, yeah, is that end of the day, if you go sign a Semenyo, for example, it's basically just less of a risk. You know, signing Gittins is
or
a bigger
or like
risk
an
than-
Anthony Gordon or something like that. It's less of a
Yeah,
risk.
it's less of a risk. They might. Rob is right. They might not pop off straight away, but you're still taking less of a risk signing them because of the experience that Joey's spoken about, right? And I get that. And we all agreed in the summer we want a starter, and then we want Garnacho or Gittins, and you can go from there. That's what we all said. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But moving on anyway to Maresca.
Can I say one last thing about Jamie?
Go on, Joey. Go on, bro.
Just if this kid starts scoring, don't be surprised if he just keeps on scoring. Like that's the type of player that he is.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a shooter.
That's just the type of player he is. Don't be
If
surprised.
that's all,
There was even a
I'll take
moment.
it.
I forgot who
Please,
passed the
I'll
ball
take
to him. Yeah, bro. If the touch was better, it's a 1v1 with the goalkeeper.
Sanchez.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
Sanchez that played that ball.
Sanchez over the top.
Yeah, bro. That touch was the touch just needed to be just in front of him, and he would have been gone. Because any touch from the defender there, red card. Yeah, red card.
But he did the right thing. He did the right thing, getting his body ahead of the defender. It was just the touch was
But he's still,
outwards.
It was Lavia.
Yeah.
It was Lavia. He was right. I don't remember.
It was Lavia.
Sanchez played it to Garnacho. Sanchez played it to Garnacho.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Bro, the way that
Rob
Garnacho
tried to add more spots to Sanchez there. You know, I saw that, Rob. That was nasty.
No, but he ranged a few passes though. No doubt.
He did.
Nah, he did. His distribution was actually all right in the game. Yeah, it was quite
far
decent.
better in the second half than it was in the first half. The first half was a bit. First half was a bit.
Yeah. And yeah,
But like I said, he
Maresca,
had his. Can I say this? I don't care if it riles up Liverpool. Easiest game this season.
Oh, he was bored.
against Liverpool.
Sanchez was bored. I can't lie, he was bored.
he was
He was
bored.
bored.
He didn't have anything to say.
He was doing this. He was doing this all game.
Yeah,
Bro,
honestly,
he's like this. He could have been in the chat like this.
Again, I love my club. We got to praise our boys, but at the same time, I really want to cook some Liverpool players right now because, boy, some of them, man, bro. Oh
Go
my
off, son.
Before you do that, Abs, yeah, let's quickly go through some of the likes here, people. We haven't even got 200 likes, people, man. Got nearly 300 people here. So you lot keep smashing up the likes, keep subbing to the channel. Make sure that you're following all the man them. Make sure you're subscribing to all the man them. I'll make sure I put your YouTube in the description as well, Joey. I don't know where Jimmy and that are right now. Yeah, AJ.
Jimmy's on some other panel somewhere.
I think
man.
Jimmy lost his voice shouting at Liverpool
I'm
fans
working.
yesterday.
He's definitely going back and
I'm
forth
working
with
right
someone.
now, but I already had a
Yeah.
sale today, so I'm like, you know what we
You're chilling, yeah?
We can do
I love that, bro. I love that, man. Go on, man. Go on, do your thing, bro. Who you trying to shape up right now?
I mean, I would like to, but I feel like we need to still hype up more of our players, to be fair. But I mean, if you want to make it a cooking
Who?
session,
Go on.
who else can really get? Oh, I mean, listen, we've talked about the defenders. Of course, Reece James did his thing. I'll rate Cucurella for the assist, fair play. Again, I'm always on about final third end product. But again, when it comes to cutting the ball back on the floor, he's got that in the bag. And we saw that in the Euros final. For Spain, all the time, they played to that strength, and he's good at doing that role.
Yep.
Again, I was giving Enzo his credit for what he did well. It's just, again, there's still more that he can give to the team. There's still way more.
Sure.
Maybe I missed the start of the show, but I still feel like I can still talk a bit more about Moises Caicedo because, like, brother, like,
Bro, chat about him, bro. I think you missed that bit.
This is the best midfielder in the league, like, and it's not really that close. If I'm being honest right now, Rodri, whatever happened, not that guy. Again, Liverpool. I like Gravenberch. I used to like McAllister. I think he'll come good eventually, but boy,
He was
brother,
rubbish.
this season, hey, they tried to say better than Caicedo. Come on,
Ads. We wouldn't put Caicedo at centre back. That just tells you something. Do you know what I mean? In any game, you wouldn't put him at centre back. That just tells me something. Do you know what I mean? If your best midfielder has to go centre back, get out of here, man.
You couldn't get on the ball. That's why they didn't have anyone to dictate their play. From
Actually,
deep,
I
so they had to put him there.
know Ads wants some more about Caicedo, but I want to big up Hato for his cameo as well when he came in.
I'm not mad at that.
Because
LB tried to say he was shitting on midday live and that.
Yeah.
How did you let that happen, man? How did you let that happen?
Don, I woke up this morning at about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I turn on you guys on midday live, right? And the first thing this man said was Hato was shit. I literally lost my mind. First thing in the morning. I lost my mind.
LB, they love to complain about Chelsea. Obviously, we've done the Chelsea section. When he did it, you could see from my reaction, I wasn't having it, yeah? And the chat were cooking him, right? So I was like, you know what? I don't even need to cook this guy because the real ones know, yeah? And you could see from my reaction that he was talking out of his ass.
But if he was talking about Noni Madueke or if he's talking about like any one of your Gues or something like that, you would have jumped on that immediately. It's because I felt like you didn't come deal with Hato though. What's going on?
I wanna just going back to
I was at him in the group couch.
Sorry, Andrew, I didn't mean to cut you off.
The performance. I was like, bro, like you see that comment right there. It just shows your hate for Chelsea because Hato, when he came on, was very, very good, bro.
Yeah,
that was a solid performance off the bench. Again, added more balance to the team.
Yeah, also look where he's. I know he had the protection of Lavia. I know he had protection of Lavia and Caicedo, but look where he's coming. He's coming to. It's basically fullbacks. So fullback, back four. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Reece James is not a centre back. He probably can play there, but he's not. I can't remember last time he even played as a centre back in a.
He's never played centre back.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? I just thought he came in. It was I thought he was actually going to come on for Badiashile at the start, Badiashile came off because I thought that would have been the easier sub. But he came on. I think he had a block in the first like few minutes as well. He did very well on the big him up. It wasn't like goal line clearances, but just to show the maturity of him, it just showed out in there. He was able to calm it down. We didn't look. I know he had Lavia and Caicedo, so that helped obviously. But he was able. We didn't, like I said, that 15 minutes. That must have been the easiest cameo of his career as well, because they didn't have to do anything. They just stood there and watched. But to come in that situation, we've seen it before. People start to panic. Do you know what I mean? They'll start to panic. They'll start to do wayward shots, wayward passes, and stuff like that. I thought it was good. But back onto Caicedo, man, because I can't think of any more words to describe.
Two things before you guys go. Hato, there was one moment late in the game where he was up the pitch and he counter pressed for us to keep the ball for a shot. It was like, that's what I'm looking for right there. That's what I'm looking for. You right there, what you just did right. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
I thought he was going to carry on and get in the box. Like he kind of just wanted to drop.
Me too, but that's okay. It's okay. Second thing, I want to highlight one pass from Reece James from center back.
We already know.
Everybody knows. Every single person in this panel knows what I'm talking about. What pass I'm talking about?
Unbelievable.
And he cut the entire team right through the entire team all the way to Gittins. And like, I don't know if anybody else. It was just. If there is one pass you could go, this is why we love Reece James so much. This is why we think he's one of the best footballers out there. But one pass out there, just to show them that is the pass. That was unreal.
You can keep your Timber.
Unreal.
You can keep your Timber.
Yeah, man. Your Timber ain't doing that, bro. Timber offensively is meaty. He's meaty. He's a very good defender. Very good defender, but he's bro. Going forward, Ben White's better than him going forward, right? Don't put him next to Reece, bro. Reece is a different level to this guy. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But let's come on.
I want to big up. I know. Ad said Caicedo is the best midfield, midfielder DM in the league. I'll go further. I'll call him the best player in the league. I know people say it's Haaland. I got my Chelsea bias hat on, right? I think what Caicedo is his level performance for us this season. Best player for me in the league this season. Somebody else I wanna highlight who I know people don't really usually big him up. I wanna big up Gusto, man. I thought he had a good game. He had a solid game. I thought he was overloading the midfield. Like even his the Caicedo goal comes from him showing up for Badiashile one time to Caicedo, and then he makes the run that freezes Van Dijk. right? He makes the run that he makes the run that freezes Van Dijk to allow Caicedo to have room for the shot. So what Gusto was tasked to do in midfield, counter pressing. I mean, I don't look at him to be Zidane on the ball, but what he does off the ball, yeah, I thought he
done a very good job off the ball.
Should I do it? Should I do it?
That's what
not today. Take a touch.
Hey, Couch, take a touch. We know on the ball we could have done better, but off the
Couch,
ball.
go make yourself
Rather than talking on gusto, I want to talk. Again, I thought that there was some good and there was some bad, but again, mostly the fact that we played in there and it worked. But again, that's why we got to bring it back to my manager, right? We got to bring it back to the manager who, again, coached another W against Liverpool, but actually got it this time, and they weren't hungover. There's no excuse on this one. There's no context. No, that's their best team, and we moved to them with how many injuries? And again, my manager being able to find solutions and different tactics to offset and create things that managers are not ready for. And listen, it's a great skill to have. We also got to find a consistent pattern. We're like, okay, now we have a system that works. People can expect it, and we still beat them. We still have to find that system. But again, maybe that will come with, again, not having 10 injuries, not missing your best attacking player in Palmer. So again, that's why we got to give the manager time. But also these players have actually got to stop the bozo moments. Because again, when you don't have bozo moments, Liverpool's goal, fair play. They worked it well. Great touch from Isak. Gakpo scored. But if you're not
happened after Badiashile came off, by the way. Badiashile was leading that left side, bro.
Yeah, 100%. So we stop giving away goals like that, and then we actually pattern up a bit in the attack, and then we get Palmer back. We get João Pedro fully fit. Estabao lands and does his thing, bro. And then I'm thinking if the lap can come true and stay fully fit, we might have a front four that can just pack away many teams.
We're marinating. Go on.
One criticism of Maresca for me, considering how much we've been getting red cards. I know I love seeing him run down the touchline. I think considering the red
I don't care.
I hear that. I love seeing it. But knowing that you're on a yellow, that's gonna get you a red card, and we've been getting red cards.
He forgot.
You know what, Robert? That's his biggest moment. That's his biggest win in the Premier League. That's
exactly.
I agree.
To share that with. Okay, so then if you can agree with that, then you can say this.
In those moments, bro, if you don't have sense, you don't. There's no sense being
even
thought
if you were
of
speaking
in
about
your mind
when
those moments happen.
It was worth it.
It's
Was
bliss.
But I'm
It's
saying
literally
what I'm saying
just
is
bliss.
what I'm
If you
saying.
ever had to happen, if you've ever had if you've ever been in a game where a last minute goal has been scored, bro. If you've ever been,
what I'm saying,
Joey, let him land.
What I'm saying is next time Palmer might be on a yellow and he scores a winner and takes his shirt off and gets a red and gets suspended for next game.
They're not gonna do that.
So my manager did it, so I'm gonna do it. Like, what are you talking about here? Everyone has their own temperament, man.
Last game winner, I get sent off. Who cares? My manager did it. I think it's the mentality.
You honestly think that's what's going to translate through the team?
I'm just saying.
I think you guys wanted him to land and he crashed the plane.
No, I think people should be mindful of. We've been getting a lot of reds, and we should try our best to get them.
But not celebrating.
Your emotions or whatever, and that's our manager. I love seeing it.
We're spending too much time on this, man. Come on, move.
Yeah.
I think him.
I've got love for you, Rob, man. But when you're a manager there and you've seen that the guy you brought off the bench, right, has won you the game with 2 minutes to go, Broski, all sense leaves. There's no logic anymore. He probably don't even remember running.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro. You probably don't even remember doing that, bro. It's a blood rush.
You have to remember, bro. We have to remember why this is when it's important. Again, we have to remember why I'm in this shirt today. Again, when we win trophies, I come in shades. When we win big games, I come in colors. And we've not had many of these under this manager. And that's not really just on the manager. It's on the institution. It's on the players. We've had some big performances, but again, in terms of big wins, PSG aside, again, I rate Fluminense, the Palmeiras. Those wins were great, but again, in terms of beating the top elite sides that people rate when it matters most, how many wins have got on this caliber? We don't have
beat the champions of Europe, France, and England,
and that's really it. Because I don't count beating United when they're in the mud. We always beat Tottenham, so whatever. When it comes against Arsenal, Man City, PSG, Liverpool, when they're not hungover from winning the league, we've not got many of these wins. So I don't care about red cards in the last minute or whatever. It matters. These wins matters.
They matter, bro.
Create the connection with the fan base. And we need more of these freaking days, bro. We need it.
100%, right? And let's move on from that point anyway, yeah, because you make a really good point, Ads, about the belief, the connection, and that. Because listen, we've had a sluggish start to the season. When everyone looks at their fixtures start of the season, I was even seeing rivals saying Chelsea are going to be top of the league come this international break because of who were playing. But we haven't seen, the fluidity. We haven't seen 10 men, 11 men on the pitch. Sorry, we've seen a lot of injuries, But we're going into the first game back after the break. Forest away, a Forest team right now not being managed by Nuno, absolutely deflated with Ange. They want this guy out. There's already noise of him getting sacked, and man's been there for not even a month. Yeah, I don't think this guy's even been there for 1 month, and there's rumors of him getting sacked already, right? Obviously, we've got Ajax at home, and Pedro can't play that game, but hopefully Guiu can play. You've got Sunderland at home. You've got Wolves away in the cup. You've got Tottenham away. Obviously, we've got Baku as well during that time. And then we've got Wolves at home and Burnley at home. Yeah. I'm looking at these games right now, Couch. Yeah. And again, bro, this is a second life. This is a second life to be getting mostly W's here and climbing up that table again. Yeah. Because I don't believe that Chelsea will win the league right now, but I want us to be in that conversation. Yeah. I want us to put our name in the hat, because if anything happens up there and we're not losing games and we're picking up our form like what we was last year,
and we're getting healthier.
And we're getting healthier, and we've got a solid squad. We've got a solid squad. Yeah, I don't want to be in a position where our team's solid and we're looking at this period. It's like, oh, if only we beat Wolves and Tottenham, or maybe if only we beat Burnley and Forest. Like over this period, Couch, we need to be picking up W's, bro, consistently, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I 100% agree with you. But again, I take it one game at a time, and I look at what opposition are going to do versus us. Like, this is the best game of the season, the Liverpool game, because Liverpool played right into our hands. They left so much space for us to exploit. Now, you look at some of these other teams, Burnley's not going to do that. And I still don't know, like, based on the evidence of this season, I don't think that we've shown enough to say that we're able to break down low blocks yet. I just haven't seen it, so.
That's why we need more balance in the team. That's why we need more balance in the team, bro.
No doubt about that. And we also need to, put these teams to the sword. We need to be able to get into that final third and be more decisive there. I saw a particular tactic. We're playing basically a 3-1-3-3 in the final third when we're playing against low blocks, like 5 at the back kind of thing. And there were times where it's looked threatening. And unfortunately, red card here, whatever, that here, has destabilized what we're trying to do. But ultimately, we have to show more consistency in breaking down low blocks, breaking down teams that sit in, camp in, and are stubborn in their shape. If we can't do that, then it doesn't matter what we do against Liverpool. It doesn't matter what we do against PHC. We have to be able to take maximum points against these teams that are stubborn and stay in their shape. So this next period, you're looking at maximum points. I'm looking at maximum effort. I want to see us improve what we're doing, in the final third to get us these points more so than, we should just be bashing these teams now. Look what we're doing.
Oh no, bro, it doesn't work like that, right? But no. Andrew, what it is about bad performances, right? Especially against teams like this, it leaves a sour taste in people's mouth, yeah. And on top of that, it starts to now have, it leads to negative conversations in the fan base, because when we was winning, no one was talking about the sporting directors like that. We was looking at the team. It looks like everyone's getting things together. It looks like everyone's getting things together. But the moment that the team starts to crumble and Maresca starts to panic and not trust people, Andrew, right? That's where you start to have these conversations. So going into this period, Couch is spot on. If you remember when we had Poch, against the big teams, we used to play well. When it became against the lower teams and it was time to break down their low blocks, it was a problem. Yeah. So now, when you're looking at these lower teams, bro, we need to perform better. I'm expecting W's, yes, but realistically, right, that might not happen in every single game. It's the Prem. End of the day, we might not get all W's here, but the minimum I need to see, Andrew, is good lineups from this manager, not playing multiple people out of position, and performances from the team where it's like, if we drop points, we keep talking about the bigger picture in terms of the performance and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, he has to do sort of a siege mentality like the end of last season when we went on that run where we only lost against Newcastle in that run to get into the Champions League. The lineups were good defensively and more sound. It wasn't the most exciting football, but we were more resolute in defence, especially that game away at Forest. I know we gave up a couple of chances, but who are still like that. He has to. But the issue is he has to get the fitness has to be right as well with the players, because he hasn't been afforded a consistent centre-back partnership since he's been at the club. Do you know what I mean? It's either been like last season was all like mostly Colwell and someone else. This season it's nearly every game. Even during games, we're seeing different centre-back partnerships.
Well, I mean,
so that has to play.
It's just unlucky, really, for like.
Yeah, that's true. He has to do that. But if he can give Lavia not a run, not playing 90 minutes all the time, but playing like an hour, like building up, playing like an hour or so, and and getting through the games that we were totally in control and we can take advantage of, then that will also help. The fitness, that's what I mean. He has to be given a lot of luck, but also he has to make sure that we don't have a last minute Brentford moment. Do you know what I mean? We're fully in control of that match as well. That second half. Do you know what I mean? Even at 2-1, we're fully in control. Someone, doesn't matter who it was, someone doesn't have isn't 100% concentrated, and we drop points. Because you're right, on paper, we should be looking at a healthy points total. The hardest one out of that game, I know we always beat them, but the hardest one, like in the league, is obviously going to be Spurs away under Thomas Frank, right? And he's got a very good record against us, by the way, guys. You know, his record against us is. I know it's, but the Spurs tax is heavy as well.
That's why it's a tricky situation.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is we have to make sure we're in those positions in all those games to take points, not be out of them, not to get the silly red cards and we're out of the game against when it was only a matter of time against Brighton. We have to be in these games. If the players, here's my thing: if a player's going through and you're behind that player and he's on goal, don't tackle him. Let's see what happens. If we go goal down, at least we're with 11 men. We're still in the game. Do you know what I mean? Just do that. Just use your noggin. Do you know what I mean? Simple passes as well. Doesn't always have to be all this like passing out from the back. Hoof it like Sanchez does sometimes. So we got the wingers up. Just hoof it. Do you know what I mean? Just do that. Just be smarter. And Maresca has to, when he has adversity, he can't shit the bed like he did against Brighton and Manchester United as well. Do you know
he had adversity the other day, man. But
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. But he can't like get too insular and like think of all the bad things that could happen because of something has happened like that. Think positively and move on like that. But we have to. Nottingham Forest is a hard to. We know what we say about these half-time kickoffs after the international break are stinky. All right, they're just stinky for everyone.
In recent years, we've been great after the break as well.
We don't know who we've got back. We don't know who.
At least everyone's gonna be with us this international.
That's the big thing, right? Because Pedro's not going, Caicedo's not going, right? So like those are two big ones already.
Reece isn't going now. Like it's pretty much everybody outside of Esteval and Enzo. Like Esteval and Enzo are the two guys that are.
Could have Palmer back.
Neto's going as well. Yeah.
I don't give my Neto going. I'll be real.
I'm with Couch. One game. Don't go too far ahead. One game at a time. That's all. One game.
You know it's killing me too, eh? You know it's killing me, eh? Like, I literally bought tickets to Ecuador, Canada, because I was like, "Yo, Esteval," or Caicedo and Paez. And now,
so you go to the game.
Are you not getting
going still? But
are you not getting either?
I hear you, but
I don't know if Paez is going either. To be honest,
Paez is going.
He is going.
Paez has been called up. Yes.
Why don't you get a shirt signed by Jonathan David? Signed by Jonathan David. That's what you should get.
Palmer should be back. I think Palmer should be back here. Maybe for the Sunderland game.
I don't think so, man. Did you see that? Did you see that clip when Hato ran into him and he was holding?
Yeah, and he's doing all that.
I don't think he's ready yet, man, for physical contact.
Well, we got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks.
We got 2 weeks. So that would make.
To be honest, we probably have 3 weeks with the fourth.
That would have since he last played, that would have made it about 4 weeks now. I mean, until
I know, but I'm talking about like from this point, like we have at least 3 weeks before we.
Yeah. So I think maybe
I trust Maresca not to rush him back.
We might not even need to see Sunderland.
I trust Maresca with these guys' fitness to rush him back. So I trust it with that.
Yeah. I don't think it's out for another 6 weeks, bro. I don't think it's out for another 6 weeks, man. But yeah, man, you might have spot on, bro. Like we need to hit the ground running, man, when we get back. And yes, we need to make a big statement because I know it's Ange, I know it's Forest. They're leaking goals for fun right now. It's still Forest away. Like, I've been to that stadium and it's it's limbs. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, but Wolfie's not saying that right now, Don. I'm telling you.
Yeah, right now they might not be supporting as much. They're a bit, quiet and that, but we still got a job to do, and we've got a very good record against Ange. We've beaten Ange every time we face him.
Is Ange gonna be there though? When
He'll be there, man. He'll be there, man. After the break, he'll be there.
But we're gonna get the best version of Forest. Let's be honest. They want revenge on us for last season, so they're gonna turn up. Well, if we do our job, we should beat them. But we're not. Let's not act like we're not gonna get a good version of Forest on that day. They're gonna turn up.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know anything about this Forest team anymore. Like this Forest team, they used to be solid defensively. They're not solid defensively anymore. They used to be good on the counter.
It's a completely different team now. Like I don't know what to expect. Ange, how does Ange play with them? Is it more of an offensive way? Like are they playing more the way he does the Spurs?
I watched them yesterday, and Newcastle should have battered them. That's what should have happened yesterday. And you might say,
how are they playing though? Because I haven't seen them.
A load of crosses into the.
But are they expensive though? Or are they playing a little bit more compact, getting on the counter?
High line?
They go more wide.
No, it's not as a high line as
it's not as high line as Spurs. It's not that high line.
But I think he can play high line because Murillo's not there. I think he rushed Murillo back, and Murillo got injured in the.
There's no Ola. There's no Ola as well. Their defense, some of their players are injured.
So without Murillo, he was forced to play.
I think we are lucky. I think what we are, he's still figuring out his best 11, which is probably good for us. He doesn't know because his subs are weird, like who he brings on and who he brings off and who he starts. They're very weird. And sometimes when it doesn't go to plan A, all the plan B seems to be Forest recently is just crossing the ball.
No but the thing with them though, he wants to play from the back. Right? They're not. If you press them, you win the ball back. Like Newcastle was pressing them and they win. Like the first goal came from him pressing Morgan Gibbs White, losing the ball. And then banging in from top being like I said.
Or even the second goal for the second goal for the penalty was pressing because they were playing out from the back.
Yeah.
He missed
if you press them, you can win the ball back.
Yeah, and he tackled Bruno.
Newcastle had 3.2 XG, bro. What the hell?
That's what I'm talking about. They
bro,
absolutely battered them.
And that's why I'm saying we need to be playing balanced lineups, man, because that's how you play your best football. You need to have everyone comfortable in their positions. You can get away with maybe one or two people out of position, but broski, I want to be seeing a striker. I want to be seeing a 10. I want to be seeing, a left winger playing left wing. Like Garnacho offers us more balance on the left in comparison to Neto. You know what I mean? Way more balance on that side. He's a lot more comfortable.
Such a shame that Lap's injured, man, because they are just
what he gives us is this is what my biggest worry is too, because like my worry is that he doesn't do the João Pedro combo while Palmer's not around. And the reason why I keep on saying this, and Don I don't like this is like people think I support Don on this. This is my own view on you. Like this is truly my own view on you. Like if there's not a player that we have that's making the runs in behind centrally to take these center backs out of their position, João Pedro wants to drop in deep and it keeps on collapsing the interior of the midfield, where then our 10 and the inside midfielders have to play the ball wide instead of it being played.
Yeah, that is by design though too, right? That is by design, right?
By design.
He's not dropping it. He's not dropping in. He's not dropping in just for the shits and giggles. He's dropping in because he wants to create an overload in the midfield.
Yes,
that's
but
his job.
But you can do that while having another player run in behind.
It depends on how many people. Yeah, of course. That should come from the flanks, right?
Not necessarily.
If your number 9 is dropping deep, right? If your number 9 is dropping deep to make a numerical advantage in the midfield, then the space in behind is going to be on the flank where you can cut. There's a moment in that game, and I wish.
But that's where I'm going with it when it comes to
that's the problem.
But when you come to the low blocks, you can't play it by the flank.
That's true.
You can't play it by the flank. And this is my point. This is where my point kind of goes into it. It's like we're going into this run of games where we're going to be playing against these low blocks. And does he have enough trust in you to play him in front of him so João Pedro can have space in the middle of the pitch to be able to operate?
It's a good show.
That's my biggest issue. That's why I'm scared. That's why I wanted Delap. This is why the Delap injury is so huge for us.
Yeah.
Because when he's there, he's gonna play and he's gonna
Joey,
run.
You're spot on. You're spot on, bro. What I used to say about Jackson, I used to say this about Jackson all the time. Jackson thrives in space, yeah, similar to João Pedro. Jackson and João Pedro are not the answer against low blocks up front, yeah. You need to be pushing those centre backs back.
No
Hence
doubt.
why you need a Delap or Guiu profile up top to allow João Pedro, yeah, to the space. We literally saw it against West Ham, and the irony is Maresca literally used that game as an example. Say when Delap was here, we were seeing João behind him, and that was João's best performance for us. You know what I'm saying?
We were that close to getting João Pedro, Palmer, and Delap on the same pitch where it actually makes sense. But the injury happened, and Esteban did his thing. But like that's what the final game should be. Is the end game I should say should be Delap, João Pedro dropping in behind, and you have Palmer coming inside from the wing, and then you have those two behind Delap. That makes all the sense to me, man.
100% people, man. Listen, we're nearly 2 hours in. Let's round up, man. And let me see if there's any more super chats here, people. There's nothing here. There's nothing else here, man. Big up everyone that super chatted. But Couch, you've got a video out, bro. Let me even get the links up and put it in the chat for the people. But let them know what you got coming up, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm going to try and be a little bit more consistent now that my room is almost up and running. I got my nice little shirt up there somewhere. So anyhow, no, but truly, I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get to dunk on Liverpool as much as
I'm down to.
I gotta head out though, boys. I gotta get some work done.
Yes,
yeah, I've actually got a cut, black. I've actually got a cut.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying, like, I did do a lot of that in the video anyway. So if you guys want to check that, that's fine.
It's also
a lot of dunking.
There's plenty of time.
There was a few, like they gave me alley oops the whole game, man. Chelsea were just like reversing it on them. Like it's crazy. But yeah, I'm really just trying to get more video, more content out, and just trying to keep the the boot on the neck of Liverpool, because I think I'm going to go on Hussam and Mo show tomorrow, and I'm just going to cook those guys too, because all they were talking about the last couple of weeks, they were talking about the last couple of weeks was like, oh, Chelsea this, Chelsea that, Chelsea this, and I'm like, I don't even really wake up and check the table till around November. I'm like, I'm not even rubbing my eyes sometimes, like I'm still sleeping. And these guys are talking, oh, the league is over. Oh my goodness. So there's going to be a steady cooking tomorrow. There's going to be a steady, slow cook tomorrow. So look out for that as well. Yeah, look out for it, man. People, the link is right there, man. So go tune into that after the show, people. Make sure that you're subbing to the Couch, man. Make sure that you're following him as well. Andrew, Winter Surfer, what are we saying, man? We got coming up, bro?
Nothing. It's international break. I got nothing coming up this, next 2 weeks. Maybe previews next week with some people, but I got nothing this week. I'm taking a break. Like, if someone wants me on this stream, that's fine. But there's nothing planned for me. Do you know what I mean? I want this week. I hate international weeks. They're just so annoying. Do you know what I mean? We're in a good run of form. Well, I say good run of form. We had a good game, but I just wanted to go into the next one. But I'm sure. Like, I know you'll be talking more about this, like you say, in the next week or so. And next week we'll build up to the Forest stuff. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can. Hopefully by this time in 2 weeks' time, we'll be able to rub Wolfie's face in it. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But nothing really, man. Just chill out. I'll tweet what I'm watching or what I'm on, and then follow that one.
Sounds good, man. How about you, Rob?
Nothing much, man. I'll be doing a little Chelsea player prop on Twitter. That's about it.
What?
That's all I do.
That's a given.
That's a given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, man. How about you? You just Twitter, same old Twitter, man.
I mean, I can't. I feel like I need an international break, bro. I've had a lot going on. But I'm trying to get more active. Again, Couch, you need to actually get consistent on the channel, man. The streets need that. And obviously, we linked up after the Club World Cup. It might be the same link up on Mo's show tomorrow, because again, some cookings need to be had. And
please double team, man. Double team. I might even make an appearance. What time is it?
We're trying to pattern it now, so we'll find out. I'll get him to post it on socials, and then we'll pull up. But yeah, we'll get that pattern.
Yeah. But listen, people, make sure that you lot go to Dan Potts Rates for Europe. You know what I mean? Put a little Don Raid in there as well, people. Actually, who's in there? Errol's in there, innit? Let's think of something that we can say, people. Obviously, Errol's a Liverpool fan. What can we say? People?
What
Listen,
squad?
the best comment wins. The best comment wins, bro.
Squad?
The best thing's boring right now. The best thing's boring. I feel like Slot needs to get it.
What? His in-game management. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Endo on that. You know what I mean?
Slot drop.
Yo, but like this is what I don't understand. This whole Endo thing. I'm surprised with it. What did they expect to come on? They wanted Kaiser to come out and play in the midfield? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
Like,
they wanted him on. They wanted him on
McAllister was burnt, like completely cooked the entire game, and he brought an Endo just to occupy space for him. I don't understand what the problem was there. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Hey, yeah, now let's say this Van Spice. Yeah, let's say Van Spice people. Go in there right now and say Van Spice. You know what I'm saying? Don't raid Van Spice people, man. But listen, you lot have a good week. There'll be a lot more content coming this week, man. I'm gonna get some ops on here as well, people. And me and Greeny will go live as well, people. So look out for that one, man. In a bit. Love.